I am not here to debate with anyone. I have devoted all of my adult life to this subject. I only debate with my equals. All others I teach.
Enough with this. I gotta say this, y'all. Yeah, the four horsemen of the American apocalypse. This is what this is what y'all want. I'm trying to figure this out, America. Is this really what y'all want? You know, history itself is going to judge you. Okay? History itself is going to judge you on, you know, how y'all perceive the world, right? How y'all perceive things. And I'm really am getting really tired of y'all making excuses for bad behavior. The world's watching, okay? The world's watching, and y'all out here making things. Y'all try to make excuses for everything. So let me tell you what I'm gonna do. Right? I'm going to play this video. This is what I'm about. This is what I'm talking about. You know, and let me put this down real quick because this really this is really getting on my nerves. How y'all was warned this was about to happen. You know, y'all was told it was going to happen, and now it doesn't matter if this is about, you know, this is about America being respected and promises being broken. Promises being broken. And I'm gonna say this: this war between Trump, Donald Trump and Benjamin Netanyahu, and this war between Israel and Iran is going to be the end, hopefully the end of baby boomer politics. It's going to be the end of baby boomer politics. Now, Boxing Scholar, I'm looking at the chat room on your channel. I saw you live, you doing a live stream right now about the Boxing Scholar. I can't believe I see so much idiots up in that chat room. I'm sorry, I gotta. Yeah, man. Why should they not have? Their country got oil, so why shouldn't they have nuclear weapons? And then I typed in the chat room on your channel. I said, okay, well, America got oil, Texas got oil, but we still have a nuclear power plant. We got about what? How many nuclear power plants do Texas got? I think we got what, four at least. We got four nuclear power plants in Texas, and we're the highest producing oil in America. So what's the argument? See, I'm really getting tired of people making these stupid, idiotic comments, and this tells me this is based upon racism. Yeah, I said I'm not normally I don't play the race card, but on this is about race and religion and the need to colonize the rest of the world by the West. And it's getting on my nerves that people can't see what they're doing is wrong until it's too late. If you are a Donald Trump supporter, I really don't want to talk to you. I really don't want to hear what you got to say. I really don't, because people told y'all about this. It was going to happen. But anyway, what's going on about Boxer Scholar? Right? Let me go and play this real quick.
Ago, the U.S. military carried out massive precision strikes on the three key nuclear facilities in the Iranian regime: Fordow, Natanz, and Esfahan. Everybody heard those names for years as they built this horribly destructive enterprise. Our objective was the destruction of Iran's nuclear enrichment capacity and a stop to the nuclear threat posed by the world's #1 state sponsor of terror.
Really, really. Now I want to tell somebody by name of Keith Biteki. Shout out to him because he brought up a comment, a tweet that was made years ago. And here is what was said, right? A Donald Trump tweet. Remember, I predicted a long time ago that President Obama will attack Iran because of his inability to negotiate properly, no, negotiate properly, not skilled. Now, this happened on, I'm assuming it's November 10th, 2013. Remember, this is Donald Trump's tweet. Let's read it again. Remember, I predicted a long time ago. Shout out to Keep the Techie. I'm saying again, shout out to Keep. Shout out to Keep. I can't pronounce his name. Shout out to Keep It Techie. Keep It Techie said, put out this tweet. Donald Trump's past tweet. Remember, I predicted a long time ago President Obama will attack Iran because of his inability to negotiate property, not skilled. See, right here. So again, but this is supposed to be the art of the deal, right? This is supposed to be the art of the deal. This thing we call the art of the deal. Yeah, man, but Donald Trump, man, he making deals. Shout out to keep it techie. But anyway, for that tweet. Let me continue this real quick.
Tonight, I can report to the world that the strikes were a spectacular military success. Iran's key nuclear enrichment facilities have been completely and totally obliterated. Iran, the bully of the Middle East, must now make peace. If they do not, future attacks will be far greater and a lot easier. For 40 years, Iran has been saying death to America, death to Israel. They have been killing our people, blowing off their arms, blowing off their legs with roadside bombs.
Right. Yeah, because we invaded Iraq, we invaded Afghanistan, we surrounded them. Of course, they're going to act in a certain way. Before we invaded Iraq, and you can please correct me if I'm wrong, but but I doubt it. But Iran did help America concerning intelligence against the Taliban in the location of Osama bin Laden. I guess people don't want to talk about that part. It was up until when we invaded Iraq. That's when Iran was considering nuclear weapons. I guess people don't want to talk about that part. But because Iranians are not European whites, and they don't practice the Western Christianity, who cares about the truth, right?
That was their specialty. We lost over 1,000 people, and hundreds of thousands throughout the East and around the world have died as a direct result of their hate. In particular, so many were killed by their general, Qasem Soleimani. I decided a long time ago that I would not let this happen. It will not continue. I want to thank and congratulate.
Whoa. Yeah, but you went ahead and attacked a country after you pulled out of a peace deal that was made by a previous one of your predecessors, one of your preceding presidents. That was President Obama. There was no need for your the Iranians to be bombed. If you, Donald Trump, did not back out of the deal that President Obama put in place, the peace deal. See, this is the reason why we got to get rid of Trump. And you don't need the impeachment process. There's another legal process. Yes, there is another legal process in getting rid of a president. And it's the Constitutional Amendment 25, Section 4. I want y'all to be more familiar with this alternative way of getting rid of a president. Section 25. No, Amendment 25 of the Constitution, Section 4. Section 4, Amendment 25. I'm going to keep on repeating that, because I think that's a more easier option than just doing the impeachment process again.
Prime Minister Bibi Netanyahu, we worked as a team like perhaps no team has ever worked before. And we've gone a long way to erasing this horrible threat to Israel. I want to thank the Israeli military for the wonderful job they've done. And most importantly, I want to congratulate the great American patriots who flew those magnificent machines tonight, and all of the United States military on an operation the likes of which the world has not seen in many, many decades. Hopefully, we will no longer need their services in this capacity. I hope that's.
No, you just open up the floodgates of hell. You just open up the gates of hell. Hopefully, they're going to have to be called back. Those men and women who flew over Iran and did their jobs, they're going to have to fly back up in there because of your insecurity, because of your machismo behavior, your greed, your power, your greed and lust, possibly your hatred, your fear as well, and the stupidity of the people who voted you in. Yes, I said it. The people who voted for you are stupid as hell. The world is complex. It's not simple. And that's a problem with MAGA. Y'all think the world is simple. There's the fine lines between black and white when we know, when everybody knows there are shades of gray. You can't just bomb a country and expect a country not to respond. You can't just bomb a country and tell them, "Oh, we're going back to the negotiating table." The time for negotiations, especially when you bomb a country whose population is very proud. I don't care what type of government they have, what type of regime that's over their heads, no matter how how peaceful or how evil their governments are. When you bomb a country and those people in that country is proud, understand you're not going to top over their country. See, I'm a student in history. See, and the thing is, this is what happens when you have a draft somebody who dodged the draft. Now, Vietnam. This is reason why I want you baby boomers out the way. Y'all are in the way. You baby boomers who've been pushing us into war all the time. A lot of y'all avoided the draft. Maybe if y'all would have served in Vietnam, y'all will understand that you can't just bomb your way out of problems. Using the next generation, which is the millennials and the Zoomers, like y'all did in Iraq, just to bomb people, bomb countries into submission. That doesn't work. That's too easy, especially when you have a population like the Iranians, like the Persians, who are very, very proud. They don't care about who is. They're going to forget. They're going to forget who is the leader. They're going to forget who is their president, their ayatollahs, the mullahs who run the country. They're going to forget all about those restrictions and the dictatorial things that they have done. To that, those people are proud. And if you think they're going to not do anything in response, then you're a fool. And that's a problem I have with the neocons and the baby boomers who run this country. And the people who voted Donald Trump in, y'all don't have a fucking brain cell. Y'all actually believe in America first, America first. America first ain't shit. It's just not about America first.
So I also want to congratulate the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Dan Raisin Kane, spectacular general, and all of the brilliant military minds involved in this attack. With all of that being said, this cannot continue. There will be either peace or there will be tragedy for Iran far greater than we have witnessed over the last 8 days.
Wait. But you the one that pulled out of the Iranian deal that was made in 2000 and I want to say 15. You the one pulled out of a peace deal that President Barack Hussein Obama, and because you were so offended by Obama and jealous of Obama, you pulled out of a deal that the Europeans, the Chinese, all agreed about uranium enrichment, that you pulled out of it. Now that we have now we got to sacrifice Zoomers who's joining the military now, Zoomers and millennials. They're going to have to be sacrificed their lives now because of your arrogance and your jealousy. And yes, I'll go and say right now, your racism.
Remember, there are many targets left. Tonight's was the most difficult of them all, by far, and perhaps the most lethal. But if peace does not come quickly, we will go after those other targets with precision, speed, and skill. Most of them can be taken out in a matter of minutes. There's no military in the world that could have done what we did tonight, not even close. There has never been a military that could do what took place just a little while ago. Tomorrow, General Kane, Secretary of Defense, Pete Hegseth will have a press conference at 8 a.m. at the Pentagon. And I want to just thank everybody, and in particular, God. I want to just say we love you, God, and we love...
Right, stop it. What does God got to do with it? What does God got to do with it? I'm really getting tired of people trying to evoke the Lord into this. You know, there's a passage from the Bible. It's one of my favorite quotes, and it's from the book of Psalm. Seek peace and turn from evil. Think that was I forgot the chapter and verse, but it's in the book of Psalm. Seek peace and do justice. Where is the justice when you defended another country where women and children, just because these women and children are brown skinned, got olive skin, and they don't read the Torah, how come you wasn't seeking peace between the Palestinians? Talking about you want to make Gaza into a you want ownership of Gaza. Is that seeking peace? Is that seeking justice for those victims on both sides of that conflict? I'm talking about I'm talking about the Israeli citizens who was kidnapped, the Palestinian women who was women and children of Palestine who was shot and killed for searching for food, lining up for food at a food bank. Do not invoke God into this. All right. I may not be a churchgoer, but damn, don't you ever invoke God into any of this. Even I'm offended.
Of our great military, protect them. God bless the Middle East. God bless Israel, and God bless America. Thank you very much.
God bless. Let me say something. This is gonna sound like when the prophets always warn the kings of Judea and the kings of Israel back in the Old Testament. The prophets always been telling the kings God going to remove his blessing. See, Jeremiah right. Whatever you might think of him, I got a problem with black pastors. I always got a problem with the black church and especially the black pastor. But Jeremiah Wright was right. You did all these crimes and you expect God to bless thee. Where is the repentance? See, God is not going to bless America. God will not bless Israel. God will not bless the entire Middle East. God is going to see y'all murdering children, murdering women as they starving children and starving women, and trick y'all's men into and tricking your poor among you to fight among yourselves while y'all are rich yourselves with wealth and comfort. No, no, no. God is not going to bless America. God is not going to bless Saudi Arabia. God is not going to bless Qatar, Bahrain. God is not going to bless Iran either. God is going to be angry. And there's that one word I would love to say, but I don't want to be blasphemy. But Jeremiah Wright was right, though, when he said it. Donald Trump proved Jeremiah Wright is right. And that, yeah, it's called, yes, George, it's called using God's name in vain. People think saying damn or using profanity, yeah, I won't do it. But Trump did was use God's name. Yeah, exactly. I don't want to hear none of these Trump supporters coming to me talking about art of the deal. I don't want to hear nothing about, oh, he was an instrument of God and, and using invoking God into this. Anytime I hear somebody invoking God in a political discussion on a daily basis, I'm looking at you sideways. Yes, I do believe that God does speak to man and God influenced man to, and when I said man, I mean mankind, the leaders of society, right? I believe that. But to sit there and use his time invoking God while backing another world leader as he put bombs while he's bombing women and children in Palestine. Yeah, some of these ministry guys using God's name while cursing people out. Yeah, yeah. That's why. Listen, George. That's why I went after Pastor Dow. That's why I went after Pastor Dow for that as well, because Pastor Dow was on. If you sit there and pay close attention to what he says, he's also he blaspheming. And you know what the Bible said about pastors and preachers who in rabbis who misled their people. God would punish people who are rabbis, preachers, and pastors who are, misuse that Bible. He'll judge them worse than the layman. That's if you read the book of Revelation, though, in the book of Daniel, in the book of Romans, if you will. If I'm correct, I think it's in the book of Romans. I'm not sure. If some of y'all who Christians who's very into our religion, go ahead and do that though. I don't know everything, but I do know some things though. But I'm gonna wait till the press conference. I'm gonna do a live stream for the press conference. I think it's coming on since it's 5:58 over here, right? It's 5:58 over here. So within the next hour, if they're gonna do it at 8, so 8 o'clock their time is gonna be 7. So I'm gonna kick back. I'll be back. Hopefully I'll be back. Because I just got off from work. So I might do a part 2 to this. I'm gonna do a part 2, the 4 horsemen of the American apocalypse. Yeah, a lot of them think touch not my anointed verse is a get out of jail free card. They think they shouldn't be held accountable. Yeah, right. So anyway, y'all, I'm gonna get off of here. I'm gonna wait for the I'll try to go live within the next hour and 15 minutes or so. So we can review the if Tie City if the Uncut Underground goes live, then I'll be on his channel. If the Uncut Underground goes live this morning over the press conference, I'll be on his channel. If not, then I'll do a live stream going through the press conference. Anyway, as it going on. Anyway, shout out to y'all. So I'll see y'all next time. I'm out. Peace.
I am not here to debate with anyone. I have devoted all of my adult life to this subject. I only debate with my equals. All others I teach.